This is another luxury bag, and then I'm also going to show you a couple of my other favourite bags that are contemporary bags. I don't think I've ever shown any of my contemporary bags really on my channel before. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I am bringing you a tag video by Super Jacob, and I am laughing because when you get that little notification telling you that Super Jacob has tagged you in a video, you're kind of like, oh, what is it? But no, just as Connor said in his version of this tag, he is not coming for me. He has tagged me in his tag video, which is the favourite of my collection that are the least expensive. So my favourite cheapest luxury handbags or my favourite cheapest handbags. Now, not for 1 second do I think that Super Jacob is saying that these bags are cheap. He isn't. What he is saying is against the backdrop of your own personal collection, whatever that may be. What are your favourites of those bags that are on the least expensive or the cheaper end of your collection? Now, if you haven't watched Super Jacob, you really need to. He is a force to be reckoned with. He is very knowledgeable, very intelligent, and he is not afraid to be authentically himself. He speaks his own truth. He is unbelievably himself. He knows his own mind, and he is just authentic, and I think that's something that is so refreshing. Someone to check out. I'm going to link his channel down below in the description box, and I will link this version of his tag. Now, let's get into this tag video. Thanks, Jacob. I love thinking about how much my collection costs, and I love thinking about how much each of those little handbags cost. This was a joy. Thanks. But number one on my favourite, least expensive or cheapest luxury handbags has to be my Neverfull, and I haven't even brought it up because we all know what it looks like. I've shown it so much. I've spoken about it so much. I adore this bag. And out of my collection, now the Neverfull now I think is around about £1,400–1,500. That's not cheap. Definitely not cheap, especially when you think about what it is. It's a canvas black hole bag. That's about it. Canvas and a couple of little straps, and that's about it. But I absolutely love it. Out of all of this collection, and I've said this in so many videos, it is the bag that I couldn't live without. Well, could live without, but would struggle, would absolutely miss. When it did, I do have one that is an older one that cost me €550 at the time from the Louis Vuitton boutique. Remember the days? Why did I not buy 3? Anyway, so when that one had seen its day really, and I put that bag through the mill, I really used that bag hard. I immediately bought another one and I replaced it with the exact same again, which was the Neverfull in the GM size in the monogram canvas. I absolutely love it, and don't even start me on those lovely people that will tell you that it is basic. Oh, don't, that pushes my buttons. Or that it is overdone or it is saturated. And yes, you will see a lot of that bag. You will see that bag, especially in big cities, quite a lot. But there is a reason for that, and it is because it is fabulous at what it does. It is, when it comes to a big tote black hole bag to throw it all in, it's brilliant. It is brilliant at what it does, and that is why you see it a lot of places. I'm not even going to start on the basic rant because when I get going on that, it just carries me off on a whole other trail. So that is number one on my favourite of my least expensive or cheapest handbags. The next one was a surprise little gem, and this is another luxury bag, and then I'm also going to show you a couple of my other favourite bags that are contemporary bags. I don't think I've ever shown any of my contemporary bags really on my channel before, so I'm going to show those to you as well. If I can find any of these bags, but especially the contemporary bags, and the ones I'm showing are a little bit older, so I might not be able to find them, but if I can, I will link them down below in the description box. But number two is definitely from one of the luxury houses, and it is this little beauty. Now, this was one of the surprise successes in my life of last summer. I absolutely love her, and I think from memory this was in and around £750, I think. Again, not cheap, but out of those bags, one of the least expensive that I have. Maybe the least, I don't even want to think about that. Maybe the least, that's just ridiculous, but one of the least expensive bags that I have. This was the Gucci Super Mini from the multicolour collection, or it is, obviously not was, it still is. And it has all of these beautiful colours, and that's probably why it's one of my favourite handbags. I wore this last summer pretty much all summer. Whenever the lockdowns lifted last summer and there was at one point a traffic light system, but there were times when you could travel. And as soon as that was available, we took our family away for as often as we could throughout the summer. And this came with me. I wore this a lot with denim cutoffs and t-shirts and whatever. And I just loved it. It was just so light, so bright and colourful. I could fit my phone in it, my card holder, my lip gloss. What else did you need? And I absolutely loved it. Now, this has had a little bit of an unexpected popularity, I suppose, because I know that people are trying to find them now. Rod from the Lux Theory had contacted me to see if I was looking to sell this because he was searching for one of his clients. I'm sorry, Rod, I love you, but I'm not selling mine because I love her. But I know that it has just taken on a little bit of a popularity and seems to be something that people are trying to get. I can see why. These colours are absolutely fabulous. This was also one of those bags. Whenever I said that I was thinking of getting this, Bestie, who a lot of you will have heard about on this channel, said to me, what are you doing? You know, you're not going to use that bag compared to some of those bags. Basically the point of Super Jacob's tag, really. And you're not going to use that when you could be using one of the, like those multicoloured Chanels or something. And why are you buying that? For once, I do not have to eat my own words because I have used this bag so much. I love it, and absolutely one of my favourites on the more cheap, less expensive side of what's in there. Now, the next one of my favourite, least expensive handbags is this. And this is my Lulu Guinness clutch bag that is in the padded version. You can also get these in Perspex. I used to have a bright yellow one in Perspex. I no longer have that. This one I have used so much, and I still use this. I took this out recently. I generally don't really buy designer top tier level clutch bags. I suppose the Petite Mals, I have this one and I have the Monogram, I suppose they are a clutch bag, and I have taken those out as clutch bags, but you can also crossbody them. I generally don't buy any specific clutch bags, and all their role is a clutch bag. For me, I suppose my lifestyle is just not so much that I have a justification even to myself or a need to buy luxury level clutch bags. Now, I have seen some that are absolutely amazing. Super Jacob has some in his collection that are absolutely amazing, and there are times when I would be tempted to buy one. If I ever saw the one that was really spectacular, I probably would add it if I thought it was something I was going to use over and over again. But I generally still use my contemporary clutch bags, or I use, if you watched the Paris vlog recently, you'll have seen that I use the Chanel Mini with the chain tucked in, and I put the little bit of the chain across here and put my hand in here so as the chain sits like that, and I carry those out as a clutch bag. But I still use these. I used this recently. I can't remember where we were going. The clutch bags obviously got a rest over lockdown. This is one that I use the most. I used to. I'm sure I can find photos somewhere. But when I used to be going out more often, you know, back before all those children and all those dogs and all those lockdowns and all that sort of stuff, this was my pose of choice. There would have been umpteen photographs of me on a night out with this. I thought I was cool. I thought I was, you know, cool, living the dream. But I do still use this bag. I will, if I can find any, link these down below. I'm not sure if they're still made, but they're very usable. And I also think that they're quirky. They add something to an outfit. They're a little bit of interest. They will start a conversation. They catch people's eye, and they're just something that little bit special, I suppose. And they hold a decent amount. Like, mine is pretty battered. You can see where the leather in mine and stuff is starting to lift. But when I say this is years old, I took this bag on my 30th on a night out with the girls. I took this out on my 30th. I am now 40, so I've had this over 10 years. I think that is not bad for 10 years. And I actually bought this, I suppose that's the biggest part of where I actually bought this on eBay at the time because I couldn't afford to buy it brand new. And I still use it to this day. So that is one of my favourite cheapest bags. The next one, and me and Miss this clutch bag go way back. We have had some times, we have had some events, we have had some things we shall no longer talk about. We have had some nights. This clutch bag, oh, I have taken this some places. I took this clutch bag with me on my hen weekend to Malta. I'm sure I have photographs of it. I took this with me a lot when I used to be young and, you know, fun and all those days. This is a clutch by Biba. It has the Biba on the back here. Actually, fun fact, when I was getting married, so this, I've had this maybe 8 years, but when I was getting married, I took this with me as my clutch for my wedding day. My bridal flowers didn't show up. I wasn't really that bothered. The flowers showed up for the bridesmaids. They all had bright coloured flowers, a bit like what I'm wearing. Mine didn't show up, and I was quite happy to walk down the aisle with this clutch bag. And I'm sure I can find wedding photographs of me with this clutch bag. My best friend and maid of honour, was she married at the time? Probably chief bridesmaid, was like, "You're not walking down the aisle with your clutch bag." Yes, I am. Why would I not? I think I look pretty cool with my clutch bag and my wedding dress. And she said that may be the case, but you need flowers. I don't need anything. I have always been content to dance to my own tune and just be how I want to be. So this was coming down the aisle with me. The hotel did arrange flowers, and in the end I did have a bridal bouquet, and I was sitting in the back of the car going to the church with my dad, who, God rest his soul, has now passed away. And it was a bouquet of ivory type flowers, but they had those green things that, you know, stick out of them, and I'm sitting in the back of the car popping them off and breaking them off because I don't like them sticking out, and they're popping off and they're all broken. And anyway, anybody that was a little bit more OCD about things like that might have had a problem, but this was for coming down with me. I absolutely love it. It has pony type hair, obviously not real faux pony type hair here. This gold detailing of the Biba mock croc on the back, and then it has quite space. It's quite spacious, if I could get my grammar right. It's quite spacious on the inside, has a few pockets. A friend of mine also had this in the burgundy colour, so as well as taking mine out quite often, I also took hers, because sharing's caring. And we would have had happy times with these bags. Now, the last of my favourite cheapest handbags goes to this little beauty, probably, and also I've lifted this out as well, and this is my Teddy Blake bag. The reason that I love this bag is the colour. Is there a theme? I just love bright colours, and any time that I'm going for a bright orange bag, I use this one. If it's a clutch bag, I use this one. I have recently been looking at other bright orange bags. I tried on in Paris the Mini Lady Dior, but there was something about the colour that I don't know if it was the light or what it was, but it just wasn't 110% right, which it has to be at that sort of money. I also tried on the men's Louis Vuitton XS Keepall in the orange, which was fab, but again, something just not 110%. I also tried on the Gabrielle in Chanel, and the colour of that was, that was the colour I would be looking for. If that had came in a Chanel rectangle mini, I'd have snapped that up and been out of there before anybody could ask me twice. But they didn't have it in that, they only had it in the Gabrielle. I have one Gabrielle, it's not a style I want to have multiple of, and I just, so I'm still using these. And this, I'm sure I have a link for this somewhere, and I'll put it down in the description box. A lot of people, and I've seen reviews on YouTube of people get Teddy Blake, and they're maybe not 110% happy. I've had this for quite a while now. I've had this for over a year. It does get a decent bit of use. It actually gets used as well. It's my mum's favourite bag in my whole collection. I kid you not. Of them all, this is her favourite. Anyways, so I do still use this. Whenever I want something that's bright orange, I use this. Or if I want a bag that is not overly designer, but is adding something to an outfit, I will use this one. And it has got a bit of wear on it, but so do bags in there at that price. So yeah, I really enjoy this one. But the one I was thinking of to show you was this. And again, because it's a clutch. Now this bag is now very dirty. You can see because it's suede. And it's had a lot of use. It's had a lot of fun nights out. This is a Karen Millen clutch bag that goes away down there. It does have a chain to go crossbody, but it's not a bag that I would wear during the day crossbody. It's very much a nighttime bag, and with the suede you can see the markings and stuff on it. But again, of my least expensive and contemporary bags, I love this. I love the colour. I love how soft it is. I also love how easy it is to carry. So if you're wearing a dress, it's very easy to go under the arm. It's quite soft, quite easy to hold. I like that. I like the colour, makes me smile. Bright things, I've always had an affinity to bright things. I don't know what it is. Neutrals just never really did it for me. And yeah, so that is number, I don't even know, we've lost count. That is the next number on my favourite, least expensive, cheapest handbag tag. Thanks for tagging me, Super Jacob. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. I hope I got the tag correct and this is what you were intending. Thank you so much for watching me. I'm going to tag a few of my friends to do this, and I think I will tag the Paris ladies. So I'm going to tag Jojo Lux, Lorna Style, Emma Anders and Handbag Addict 71 to do this tag, so they also can go and reflect upon the price of the handbags that are in their cupboards. It's fun, it's fun. Super Jacob, thank you so much for tagging me. Thank you for doing what you do. You are an artist in your own right. I thank you. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you for being here. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.